Yes, sir, Bubba. Giant hammer. Oh my God, get in the boat! Damn, I keep thinking I got her up and I don't. Dude, this one's bigger than the one I caught this morning. Yeah! Woo! Oh boy, hey. That's probably my last fish of the day. Thank you, Lake Ouachita.
Well, here we are back out on Lake Ouachita. We now have a new 2018 Forrest Wood Cup champion, is Mr. Clent Davis. Clent, congrats, dude.
Are you sure?
We'll start with the smallest one.
Absolutely. Number one, it's a pretty good spot. It's a keeper spotted bass. That's a good start. £1, 12 ounces for West Logan. Your Forrest Wood Cup champ is Clent Davis of Montevallo, Alabama. Wow!
Are you sure?
I am 100% positive. There's a giant trophy in your truck. There's a big check your wife took home. Rallied hard on the final day. Came from 10th. Now you have the big trophy riding home with you. Life's pretty good.
It's awesome, man. You know, we're about to go out and show y'all how I did it this week. It was a grind, an absolute grind. So hopefully we can actually catch a few. I caught 7 or 8 a day. Yesterday I only had 6 bites. So hopefully in the amount of time we're going out there, hey, if we can get 2 fish and show y'all how we did it, that'll be awesome.
We're definitely gonna learn something. So now that this rain's out of the way, let's go catch one.
Let's roll. You know, it's you and I are both sitting here fishing. It's really hard for me to get the line. For me this week, I zoomed my Lawrence in on 20 foot, put it on that second range ring. I mean, the 0.1 antenna, it's locked in right there.
Yep.
You see it. There's the brush piles right there. We floated off, but I zoomed mine into 20 foot. I put the waypoint, the brush pile on the second rung right there. You do that on a good cast, you're gonna land right past the pile or in the pile every single time. But yeah, that's it. Make sure you get your track extension line on there.
How deep is some of that deep brush?
Almost 30.
Dang.
Yeah, it's deep out there. Actually, honestly, it falls all the way down into 35, but I think that's older brush that's kind of falling off. I thought that was a fish, man.
The safety came off for a second.
But like I said, every time, I mean, I'm dead in the middle of the pile. And that was a tough derby. You don't want to waste any cast. You want to hit the juice on every single cast because it takes as many as possible throughout the day to put 5 in the boat.
How many casts would you make at a pile before you moved on?
Some of these that I knew I had confidence in, I'd make 8 to 10. But most of them, it was honestly 3 casts and done. I mean, if they're down there and they say this big joker coming through there, one of them's gonna eat pretty quick. Mr. Twister Mag Buzzworm. We're out here, the rain's held us off. It's really 1:45 in the afternoon.
Time flies when we're having fun.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, it's been an early deal with this every day. And after 9, 10 o'clock, it's pretty much done. We're not getting bit here. Man, it's crazy how much brush is down there.
Dude.
These swing heads, this is the only way to fish this stuff, man. The straight, you get a lot more action and it comes through brush like no other. A straight
really
Texas
does.
rig, yeah, straight Texas rig head. I guess I'm not as good as the rest of these guys, but I'll have a lot of tungsten stuck to trees down there with it. We can go to where I caught the big one yesterday. I know there's one in it. Go back to it.
You want to rip there now?
Yeah, let's run over there.
Yes, sir.
Hey, look at that.
Wow. Sweet.
Hey, we can win this thing.
Give me
We can win this thing. I'm telling you.
Awesome.
You can throw over there because it.
Yeah, it looks like there's.
Oh, this is a massive pile. I met the guy last night that built this pile. He came
Really?
straight up to me right after they handed me the trophy. Sure did. He was actually out here watching yesterday. That's what he'd put these out for night derby. I don't believe I just won this. I mean, it just.
Who do we have with us?
This is my support group. That's my wife, my 3-year-old Kate, and my mom. I couldn't do it without her. Growing up, man. Whew. You know, you can say a million things about what it felt like. I'm still not really sure because it just happened. But you know, mainly it's a lifelong dream, man. It's, you know, it's what everybody works for. For me, since I was 6 years old, running around the pond, with my little yellow and blue life jacket on, thinking I'd, you know, just won the championship. My whole, since that tall, they made sure 2 days a week they got me to the lake. They'd drop me off in the summertime, make sure I got to go fishing. And that's, you know, right there, Lake. That's where I learned how to do this. Take your kids fishing, support them to the utmost. They'll make you proud. It's just an awesome feeling to know that it happened. You know, and yesterday just shows me that you never know when it's going to happen. I was so close at Cumberland this year, and when I didn't win that one, it's like, man, I don't think I'm ever going to win one. And then, of course, yesterday, blasting off, it's like, I have no shot. Let's just try to make a few more dollars today. And that probably won the tournament for me, because if I thought I'd had a chance, I'm sure nerves would have got the best of me, and it would have never happened. Might have got mad and came and moved that brush pile. I never touched it. They do that. They do it on Lanier. Jason Johnson told me they take big Gatlin hooks and drop them down there and drag them off over here, move them around.
Really?
Yeah, they move them around.
Dang.
And the 2012 Cup, people were doing that. The locals were. Like, I pulled up with a couple. I caught some fish on the first day. Pull up the second day, I'm sitting there flipping my drop shot out there. I hadn't felt any brush yet. All over there. The whole brush pile's gone. They drug it off. You see like a little piece of the limb on the grass. It was gone, man. Well, these guys are serious.
They don't mess around.
I haven't touched it yet, have you?
I hit a little bit on that cast that was kind of like, sort of towards that point there.
That's where it is. You know, day one of practice was, I caught 2 big ones, you know, and I'm like, why didn't I just set the hook again? And I shook some more off. They didn't feel as big, but they were at least fish. It was at least a bite, you know. And I was like, I feel good about the brush pile deal. And so I spent most of the rest of the week trying to catch them out in the timber out there on the lake, and it, gosh almighty, dude. It must be a bunch of spots in there right this moment. But yeah, I spent the rest of the week out on the lake trying to catch them in the timber. I actually went to the bank one day just being dumb, and I caught one. I was proud of myself. But yeah, I knew this was what I was going to do. Even if it hadn't have been decent, I was still going to do it. Cody and I were talking about it.
This is your zone, man. Like using your graphs.
This is what I'm going to do. I'm either going to catch them or I'm going to zero. Everybody's getting paid this week. You do what you think you have the best ability at to win with. I guess that's a spotted bass or a bluegill. It thumped it hard. Then the trolling motor started dragging me away from it. Usually all week, we haven't hardly had any wind, but when we do, I'd get downwind of it so it'd point, you know what I'm saying? So the boat would stay straight at it. Come on, Kyle. Catch the fish. I've had 2 bites.
Dude, you're in the juice. I'm just trying to, this is what like a good, kind of host does. Like, I don't want to show up to cup champ.
No, I want you to catch him. I done caught mine. This is a guide trip, Kyle. You're supposed to catch him. I've caught enough fish this week.
I ain't paying you, that's for sure. I put a bottle of water in the cooler. That's about all you get.
You're good. This is a freebie guide trip. I was about to leave, man. I don't know what it was. The big ones usually thump it and
ease off.
Or the better ones, the 2-pounders. Come on. That's the other thing, man. Like I'd fish through it real fast, but you literally, like I said, if you wouldn't get bit, like right now it's falling down the limbs.
Yep.
If you didn't get bit while it was trickling down those, when it hit the bottom, just hold it still for a minute and you'd feel a thump. It's like they would, I don't know if they're sitting there and don't want to eat or what. And it just makes them mad with that thing sitting there. You know what I mean? Because, you got a little movement in the water, and so that you can imagine what that worm's sitting down there doing. And finally one would thump it.
All like 28 inches of that worm?
Mm-hmm. All right, we're talking. I would have done been gone about 10 minutes ago. Because it's evident that I drained the pile yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Is there more rain coming, guys? I don't think we're gonna catch anything.
I mean, here's the deal though, man. Right now it's just a grind.
Oh, it's a grind.
I normally don't like when dudes say that, but I gave guys a pass this week.
It's a grind.
I mean, normally it's like, it's a grind. They come in with like 24 pounds.
Yeah.
You're like, well, yeah, it might have been tough.
Like,
also, like, you're catching some great big ones, so.
Like back in the day on Kentucky, come in. Had a bad day today, Ron. Only got 18. Only got 20. But yeah, when I'm, looking for these, all I'm doing is really running break lines, insides and outsides of points. And again, this was one of my best brush piles this week. And there was piles, it was a brush pile graveyard. There's one, there's a bunch of fish sitting in the top. Those are pretty good marks. You can see them over here too. The little bitty ones are crappie, but I can almost assure you those right there are either spots or largemouth. Those are bass right there. See them, zoom it way in there. You can see them sitting there. I can promise you those are bass. You get over here, see the little bitty ones? Those are probably crappie or little bitty spotted bass, but that's it, you can kind of tell what's what by graphing over it, just over time of doing it for so long.
Well, unfortunately, weather's cutting us short, so we gotta get rolling before this camera gets wet. But dude, I remember when I met you back in college at a fishing event, and we've known each other ever since. I knew the day I met you and you were staring at some crankbaits trying to figure out how much glue was coming out the bill to know if they were gonna be good or not, that this dude knows how to catch a bass, so it's no surprise to me that you won the cup this week. and I can't say congratulations enough, man.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you very much, man. It means the world to me, and it's a life-changing deal for my family. It's a life changer. My whole life. The money, yeah, it'll be spent over time, but you can never take that Forrest Wood Cup away from me.
Well, let's get out of here because this
We're getting soaked, guys. Y'all have a good one.